But honestly, there's part of me that's also very happy that I took the hall pass, because it has opened my eyes to all of the options. That it's like, I have an expectation for him now. Like, I don't want just bare minimum. Like, need to be kind to me and like really love me.
This is wild, man. This is wild. You know, I've heard people sometimes, you know, on like podcasts or some sort of like platform that I'm listening to, and they'll talk about infidelity in their relationship. They talk about how cheating then, you know, made their relationship stronger, because then they both realized that they didn't want to lose what they had. And, you know, and then when I listen to these things, I'm actually just bamboozled. I'm confused for the most part, because I mean, I can see how cheating and being caught can strengthen your relationship in terms of the fact that you can talk about why did you cheat and break down obviously the issues in the relationship and what motivated you to do that. And therefore you both go through a very strong learning curve. I 100% understand that type of benefit, but I just think that once trust has been destroyed, trust cannot be regained ever again to its full capacity. And I believe that in a relationship, especially even in a marriage, you need to have full-on trust. Without that full-on trust, you're always going to be living on edge, because the fact is, trauma is a thing that we're always going to have, right? And the only time trauma cannot affect us is if we're dealing with someone new. But if the trauma that we are dealing with was created by the person that they're with, is it really worth having to be with that person no matter what? Because you're always going to be looking off your shoulder. So I understand this line when Kalani says that, well, having the whole past was good for me because now I'm able to recognize, you know, the things asuelu doesn't do for me, and therefore now I know what expectations that I should be setting, because I didn't have any before. And I do agree with that aspect, but it doesn't mean that you should be doing these expectations with asuelu, because at the end of the day, she has to recognize how she got to this point. Because the way I look at it, if you're with someone and somebody cheats on you, right? And then you learn, and then you have a conversation about it, and then you learn about why that person cheated on you. Well, what you learn, you use that for the next person. I don't believe that you should use it to then continue being with that same person, because like I said before, you will be on edge with that person for the rest of your life. And this is the thing, this is a very common thing as well. Some people, instead of even being on edge, they'll just live to accept it, and they'll be like, it is what it is. And then you just get on with it, right? And the worst thing about that is that when you then have children, it can play some sort of domino effect. I mean, I'll give you a small little example. There are some situations where sometimes you can have a daughter, and then she could express to you that maybe she has noticed something has happened with dad or stepdad or whatever, right? Something that shouldn't happen. And then she'll tell the mom, and the mom will be like, there's nothing I can do about it. Let that sink in. Those situations happen for a reason. They happen because sometimes the person involved who has suffered this thing, because they've allowed themselves to accept it and carry on being with that person, it means that they're ready to allow that person to do anything else, no matter how ridiculous it is. That is the power of trauma. That is the power of being blinded, right? So at the end of the day, if I'm Kalani in this situation here, I was given a hall pass, and in that hall pass, I took it, you know, and because of that, I was able to learn things about another man, and now I have a new expectations of what I require from my man. Well, here's the thing: you take that and you find a new man and you implement that with your new man. You do not implement that with this man, because this man has cheated on you, and not only is he cheating on you, but he has blocked you, he has left you heartbroken multiple times, he has done ridiculous things, to be honest. If he's done things that you should have left him for before this even happened. Man even got a freaking STI from another woman. Can you believe that? Come on. So even though she's saying something that is built on pure growth and for herself, it's not with asuelu. You need to go find someone else. So, but that's just my opinion when infidelity happens in a relationship, to be honest with you, honestly, you know, because for me personally, I've been in a situation myself before, a very long time ago, one of my first ever long-term relationships, right? And the person I was with at the time had then cheated on me. Now, at the time, I then forgave that person purely because they came to me as soon as it happened, and we had a conversation about it, you know what I mean? And prior to that, I even said, or we even had a conversation that if every one of us ever did anything stupid, we should always be honest about it, right? And that's what happened. But the crazy thing about it is that after that, the relationship went completely south, because it became a relationship of, oh, so I'm going to go out today, the girls, is that okay? Oh, so I'm going to be doing this, is that okay? It's like, now you haven't asked me for permission and stuff, you know what I mean? And then there'll be times where I'll be there and I'll be like, yeah, I don't really want to go out with that friend, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know about that one still. You see what I'm saying? that wasn't healthy for me to do that, and nor was it healthy for that person to want to come to me. The reality is, what we learned from that situation, we should have taken it into the next relationship, which I then did do later on in my next relationship. You see what I'm saying? But either way, though, Kalani, to be honest with you, I just feel like she enjoys being hurt because this man has done things before this anyway to make her leave, and it's stupid that he's gone this far and now she's still willing to give him another chance. Some people don't make sense in this life, but hey, it is what it is. I want to say the best of luck to Kalani and asuelu, but to be honest, I've been lying because I don't wish the best of luck for these two because their relationship is a calamity. It has been a calamity from since day one, and it continues to get worse till this day. Embarrassing. I'm out. Peace.